And so I got this grant, and I remember Central Park. I love New York. I'm always coming to here. And I said, okay, I'll use this budget to do something there before I have the museum. So I did this experiment before. The balls were only mirrored. And then I realized how rich and how beautiful are the landscape into them. When we finished the work, I crossed and I walked through them, and I realized, oh, this is like drawings on it. Then I decided to do the installation you see later with the real drawings of the imaginary the reflection, actually. So I could drive them the way I like and the way I want. So in Central Park, it's not like a natural landscape, but it's so beautiful. Because everything was there, they did. It's a nice experience to do that. And then I go back to São Paulo and then Rio de Janeiro to have the solo exhibition in the museum. And reflections from the borders. This was part of the making of a video you will see later. This is a drawing in paper, the plants. You realize it's everything you lived before, it's with you, and this is so important. It's so nice. So there's another kind of memory, and this is my studio. I did a video with 2 chairs. It's called 2 Chairs Researching. This is my studio in the country house. I'm surrounded with the things I like, the books, and the memories, everything. I think it's twice before I go to São Paulo. In São Paulo, I use 5 factories to do my work I'm doing today. It's very contemporary way to say that. I have only 1 studio, actually. Another small studio in São Paulo, but it works more than office than studio. And the other real studio are the factories, like mirror, carpenter. It's very important to do what you like to do.
Talk about that paper. Are you will?
This work was another commission from another collector in Brazil. And I love when they say, you do whatever you want to do. These are paper, and they in the dark. It's like a dark painting, I call them. When the light goes out, it's still there, and it changes. And in the end, it's the same thing. Because mirror is more literal. The paper and the other actual glasses and mirrors, the carpenter, to do the wood accompaniment, finishing. And this, the process I use, there's only one factory in São Paulo, they still do the old-fashioned way to do the mirror with silver nitride, because today they use aluminum. Mm-hmm. Yes. And so this place I used to visit them to work 3 times in a week, because they let me drive the nitrate as a painting, and I do it by myself. Sometimes I just ask them, please more this way, more that way, because it's very, very toxic. But it's interesting to know the way it happens. This work is here, installation. We're polishing with wax. It's another kind of studio. It's more industrial. Even if it's industrial, it's still made 1 by 1. I paint by myself, and I have a little stuff to help me, but it's still working hard as the old times. It's like sketches for little projects, because I'm not too able to play computers. Like, I sketch the projects, and then I send to architects or art dealers, and they produce. This work is here. The light in different times, everything changed. Like twilight, in the morning, in the afternoon, it always changing. And it's very important to realize those things and those art because they're beautiful and they touch me in some way. Makes me sensitive to think about myself and my work. I like the colors and the strangeness. I love the strangeness also. This is from Little Nilsson, I was telling you before. His work is such amazing. In MoMA, it's possible to see his work. They have in their collection about 5 or 6 works. He was a very important Brazilian artist until 1993 when he died. One of the most important artists, contemporary artists, because it's another artist from Brazil, influenced from her work because of the shapes. She used to call her work as soft works, the way it seems to be like to have plastic work for many years at the University of Visual Art in São Paulo. She's very for Brazilian art history. So her work is very strong in my work. That's my work in oil painting. This is like vitro technique, flat mirror. This one as well. This is paper. I like the idea of the reflection, and it seems to be like little glasses on it, but actually they are only paper, like paper for gift. It's a collage. And this other oil canvas, I don't know if it's possible to see them, but here are like little landscapes. It's possible to realize it? Yeah. Like landscapes. I did it after the flat mirrors with those ellipses, like intersection of the balls. And then it will be like, I imagine it like little eyes, like something voyeur, something behind a window or behind your mind or anything. It's another point of view of the same matter, of the same view of the work. I wanted to imagine how would the reflection work in a very opaque surface as oil canvas. Another idea for the work. Another idea from this drawing. Then I come to this, flat and the bubbles together. And then finally I got the balls. I call it balls. This is holography. I took some classes and I did some holography. Okay, so I'll do for you a little drawing, and it will be like mon cœur. Mon cœur in French is like my heart. So there's a big table like this of the mirror table, and this little word are this big actually. When you look at them, it seems to be like a little water on the table, and then there's a very strong light focus on it. Sometimes little and simple things, they are more important than big things, maybe. Sometimes they touch us deeper. You see? The reflection on the right side. Okay. And you get it. I was talking before I did in 2006 at Central Park to do a new research of my work. I was starting to do mural influence from the constable paintings. And like in Central Park, the landscape, the way I place the works and everything, it's from Monet, the idea about the reflection and light, and also the constable, because his painting is awesome. And I have 2 short films. I did it in Paris, in Trocadero, it's only to understand. I imagine how it would be the other side of the mirror, but with a constable viewing of it, because it seems to be old. I'll show you.